What's the most romantic thing that you've ever done?
I moved countries, continents for someone.
What happens when you combine an Agra boy and a life split between Paris, Berlin, and the rest of the world?
In India, I think every movie ends with unki shaadi ho gayi. In Germany, where I lived for 10 years, it's a very removed concept.
In a slightly intellectual turn, we get into Greek philosophy.
You know, there's 7 kinds of love as defined by Plato.
Yeah.
Agape,
Yeah.
eros, ludus, philia, philautia, storge. And one more that I forgot. Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway.
Fact check that one in the edit.
You can. Yeah.
In today's conversation, we go beyond just what are you looking for in a partner.
Some people that you go out with, you get the sense of, okay, they're here for a free meal.
Really?
Yeah.
भूख लग रही थी।
भूख लग रही, अरे कुछ लोगों ने मेरे को बोला है कि explicitly आज ना बहुत बढ़िया पास्ता मिलेगा.
His theories on why men are struggling so much.
Now I picked vanilla ice cream. She walked away.
She was offended by that choice.
I feel like she personified me as vanilla.
Right.
But
a logical conclusion. And perhaps more importantly, why is he still single?
I've had someone walk away in the middle of a date.
Why? What's
Why?
the tea?
Okay, the tea here is.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Love Handle. Today I am very pleased to be joined by Vishesh. Welcome, Vishesh.
Thanks, Chandra.
What space are you currently in vis-a-vis relationships?
Yeah, I'm currently single as I've been ever in my life.
Are you looking for sort of a long-term relationship?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're interested in getting married?
I'd like to eventually, although on marriage I have some interesting thoughts,
Really?
Interesting from my perspective.
Okay.
Because to be with another person, you're choosing them every day.
Right.
And that's something that will happen whether you're married or you're not.
Okay.
Marriage, I think, becomes a convenience in terms of when you're dealing with government, with taxes, with property, in terms of children. All of that makes it a convenient social vehicle. But I don't think it's the end all of life.
Yeah.
That's not the end goal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think men have a bad reputation in general, and you're starting from a place of no trust and trying to get to a place of trust. Whereas I operate differently. I would like to hand my trust to someone and then take it away if it's meddled with. Yeah.
Like innocent until proven guilty.
Until
Not
proven guilty, yeah.
until
In game theory, this is also the best strategy for winning and finding Nash equilibrium.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You're always meant to start with the trusting move, and then you emulate what the other person does. And that becomes the most optimized scenario. Yeah. So that's like bringing some math knowledge to love.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you did.
Yeah.
You've traveled the world. What are the cultural differences you've noticed in dating and romantic relationships across geographies?
If you're dating someone from your own culture, you don't have to explain to them what Diwali means, right? So there's an implied communication and a common understanding, intersubjective reality that you share already, which can be quite easy. On the other hand, surely it can also be a beautiful process to discover someone else's culture and vice versa and introduce them to yours. The idea of marriage varies vastly from one culture to another. In India, I think for the majority, it's the end goal that, every movie ends with unki shaadi ho gayi, for example. In Germany, where I lived for 10 years, it's a very removed concept. It's not so pivotal to your life. In fact, you have marriage as one relationship status on your tax form. There's also something known as a civil partnership. So 2 people can be living together, sharing all those benefits. In the eyes of the law, you're together, but you're not married.
The way that Western countries treat responsibilities within a relationship, and the gender roles, are very different than in India, where here they're quite defined and they're quite, at times, rigid.
Yeah.
How these roles are turned on their head all the time, and it's not even questioned.
Yeah. To build on that, it's like saying that if a guy in a relationship comes home and cooks for his partner, it's applauded here. But it's just a chore in the West, right? It's just
literally feeding
things that you do every day.
Yeah. You've spent time in the luxury and hospitality as well. And I'm just curious, like, have you learned anything through your training in hospitality that inform how you approach dating?
I feel like I am a neat freak before I work in hospitality, and that really helps in that industry. And that really helps in nurturing a relationship, those learnings, because doing little things like cleaning up your space before your special someone comes over is just showing them that respect, for example. Maybe that's something taken straight out of hospitality.
Definitely.
Right? Or if you're cooking a meal, it could, maybe I'm not the best chef in the world, but knowing that that little accent of sauce on the side is going to really show them that, okay, I made an effort. It's not just a rash meal that I made, that
attention to detail.
Attention to detail. This reminds me of this quote from this book called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Beautiful read, by the way. The entire premise of this book is what defines something as good and as beautiful. And it says that good comes from quality and quality comes from care. So using that association, if you care about something, it's imperative that quality will come in it. And if quality comes in it, the beauty of it will be exuded, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's so applicable to relationships.
Absolutely.
Because the quality of a person and the quality of a relationship ultimately stems from how you paid attention to the most minute detail and how you took care, considered the other person, considered their emotions,
Absolutely.
Their needs, the needs that they never even communicated to you, but you anticipated or intuited.
Yes. Yeah. It's about, so the thing is that I think pop culture has really spoiled us to expect offering grand gestures. But that's not where the beauty lies. The beauty lies in the mundane little acts of kindness. It's about watering your plants every day and making sure that the flowers bloom for your loved one on a daily basis. I think that's got more beauty than just presenting them a lot of flowers on a single day, which will wilt in a few days anyway. And that's all there will be.
Sure. That's beautifully put. I love how just the discussion of beauty, right? And how that is so central to how you view relationships as well. Like something that you can nurture, something that you can actually make beautiful because you put that effort and you put that intentionality into it.
I think the caveat there is that because, we have finite emotional capacity in life and it shouldn't go to just anyone. So it's good to be a little cautious, but I'm always an advocate of wearing your heart on your sleeve.
Do you do that?
Absolutely. I'm definitely a romantic person. Again, now we'll bring some cinema into the play because pop culture has such a...
filmy.
Yeah, absolutely. And not any filmy. I think Yash Raj ji is the king of romance.
He's up there.
He's up there watching us all. I think we should always live a film like we'd be making him proud. From a place that, iski to script likh sakte the Yash ji.
Better than fiction.
Better than fiction, absolutely. Yeah.
What's the most romantic thing that you've ever done?
I moved countries, continents for someone. Yeah. And that was pretty early on in life. That made me realize the power of love. Like they say, love can make you move mountains, right? They aren't kidding about it because love is such a great motivator that it can make you go over any hurdle. So in this case, for example, I'd studied business all my life. I'd studied business in my bachelor's. I studied luxury marketing and stuff in my master's. And thereafter, in order to be with this person, in order to move to Europe, a totally different continent, the only way to do it was to become a programmer. And I sort of said, okay, to be with this person, this is what I need to do. And that's the only motivation I had that was needed to really upskill myself in that sense. So you can really use emotions to leverage your personal narrative of life and get out of that shell and self-image of, I am this person, hence I cannot do that. When it has to be done, you can do it. And that's the one thing that I think it's the most selfless stream that you can swim in to get to somewhere else.
So where did you move?
I moved to Berlin for this very reason.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. I wasn't the only one who moved. The other person moved there as well. So there's also that conviction that, hey, we're in this together, basically.
May I ask, how did you guys meet?
We met in Paris. So you can imagine, ye to hona hi tha. While I was studying there. Yeah, that's where I did my master's. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How do you deal with heartbreak? And how does it change you?
Okay. I think every heartbreak makes it slightly easier Because
exposure.
You have exposure. Yeah, you have exposure. You've been through something already. And there's, of course, the scientific framework of the stages of grief, right? And heartbreak is essentially grief. So you can be in it, you can immerse yourself in it, but you can still be aware that, okay, I'm at one of the stages of grief. So it's not that your world would come shattering down on you. And of course, like, what matters is to not have all your emotional eggs in just that one basket, which means having a good support system of family, of friends, of your personal passions. Everything else that makes you come alive is also always present in your life. I think as we progress through life, the value of a romantic relationship in life, rather than becoming the central pivot of life, becomes one of the essential spokes of the wheel. But it's not the central pivot. So, गाड़ी उसके बिना भी चल सकती है, but उसके साथ better चलेगी. Basically.
True.
Yeah. One of the most pivotal things in my life was also going through therapy. And I'm so grateful for my therapist, if she's watching this, that
shout out to Vishesh's therapist.
Yeah. Keeping it anonymized, but thank you. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think that just gives you a framework that also helps you identify that you have all these other spokes on the wheel of life that you can rely on. And it's okay if this one didn't work out.
What's the most memorable date that you've been on, like whether good or bad?
So I think one of them I remember is, I hope my ex-employers are not watching this, but whatever. This one time in Berlin, I skipped work and then I went to there's this island in the middle of a lake called Peacock Island.
Oh.
Yeah, so this person had like erratic work hours. So I just decided, okay, we'll skip work, we'll cycle till the ferry, and then we'll go across and go on this Peacock Island. And we're the only persons there on a Tuesday afternoon because everyone else is at work.
Right.
And it's just in peacocks and clean water and just birds everywhere. And that was beautiful. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah. That's one. What else?
Any horror stories?
Horror stories. Nothing horror, because I think horror stories may be a lot more prevalent towards females, I think, because guys are like, can be
what's
creepy.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Surely, like, horror stories can be if you're catfished, if there's someone with bad intentions. I've been lucky, none of that. I'm also very cautious about that. Some people that you go out with, and then you get the sense of, okay, they're here for a free meal.
Really?
Yeah.
भूख लग रही थी.
भूख लग रही. अरे, कुछ लोगों ने मेरे को बोला है कि like explicitly that like I'm enjoying the dinner, you're going to pay for it. उसके बाद I don't think something will work out.
Don't tell.
Yeah. That's also happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You can see that person is not there to get to know me. They're there because they realize that आज ना बहुत बढ़िया पास्ता मिलेगा. Time pass एकदम. I've had someone like walk away in the middle of a date.
Why?
Why? Okay, the tea here is, this was in Berlin, huh? This was a nice, bright, sunny Sunday morning in the Berlin summer. Beautiful. I wake up, I have this one match. So we make a plan, okay, let's meet at East Side Gallery at noon. And I reach there and she reaches there. And then there wasn't much to do, whatever. Like, it was post-breakfast before lunch, so it wasn't mealtime. But it was a summer day. So I'm like, okay, let's get ice cream and have a walk next to the river. Now, I picked vanilla ice cream. She walked away.
She was offended by that choice.
I feel like she personified me as vanilla.
Right.
But like...
a logical conclusion.
Absolutely, yeah. She walked out before I could like tell the guy to put chocolate chip on top.
Oh, she really missed out.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Wow, I can't imagine what was possibly going through her head.
Yeah.
Do you have a physical type?
No, I think that's the physical type is the last criteria for me, because
beauty takes all shapes.
Beauty takes all shapes, and beauty comes from quality. Quality comes from care.
Any turn-offs in a woman?
Projecting past traumas onto current scenarios can be a tough thing. Turn-off would be a very harsh statement, because surely you want to be accommodating for your partner or your potential partner. You're not their baggage handler. Yeah. They should have wheels on their suitcase and carry it themselves. Yeah.
That's true. या तो जिम जाओ.
हाँ, जिम जाओ, थोड़ा भड़ास निकालो.
Yeah. Do you think love is enough?
Depends on the kind of love. You know, there's 7 kinds of love as defined by Plato. So when we say platonic love and we equate it to friendship, that's totally inaccurate. There's the 7 kinds of love, like philia, agape, eros, ludus, philia, philautia, and storge. And one more that I forgot. Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway.
Fact check that one in the edit.
You can. Yeah. So eros is that lustful, playful love that you start out with. The flames, the chemistry, all of that comes from eros. Initial physical attraction. Ludus is that playful love that you build over time. Someone you're comfortable sharing bad jokes with, knowing they're tolerating it, not appreciating it, but they're still with you. Storge is like selfless love you have for everyone in general. Then there's philautia, which is like the love of the self. And then there's one, of course, which is like maternal love. And then there's one which is like that love of deep friendship and commitment, the kind of that you'd see on 2 old people sitting on a park bench holding hands, you know. When we say, is love enough? Eros is not enough. If you're evolving the type of love you're in with someone, I think that is pretty enough.
I never thought about it that way, honestly. Like the fact that I think humans are capable and have the capacity for so many different types of human connection, I think speaks to how we are fundamentally built to love and to connect. Like it is simply in our DNA. Grief is love of a different kind, you know, that feeling of loss for someone is also love.
And of course, if you've seen Interstellar, as many of the viewers would have, love is the one thing that transcends space and time. So we should keep that in mind and like never give up on it. Yeah.
Do you ever feel hopeless?
The only hopeless in me is the hopeless romantic. So
You're always going to come back.
Absolutely. I think it's also a lot of times we equate love that we share with another person as something that is being derived out of them. But a good partner is one who is basically a mirror to you, which is why in a lot of relationships, sometimes, you know, 2 people come together. One person may be really loving, the other may be not so loving, maybe very avoidant and all. When that splits up, the person who is really loving still carries the capacity to love with them. It's only through another person that you may have discovered that, oh my God, there's this depth, this deep well of love that I can pull water out of, but it's in me. Yeah.
The one in love always wins. The sun doesn't shine on the grass and hope that it, you know, the grass thanks it for shining on it. The sun will just shine anyway.
Yeah.
The one who's in love is emanating this light, regardless of whether it's reciprocated or acknowledged.
Yeah.
You mentioned that relationships hold up a mirror. What is something you've learned about yourself through relationships that you wouldn't have otherwise discovered?
Again, I'll go back to the fact that it reminds you of the capacity, the superhuman capacity that you have in order to move mountains. Yeah, for the right person. And also, when you move mountains for the wrong person, that remorse that you feel later is also, let's call it character building.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a good lesson.
Yeah.
What is your approach or strategy when it comes to approaching women? Like, do you have any flirting techniques that you use?
I really had a crush on someone who was in a different boarding school in another part of India. And that's when I realized love can be such a great motivator, because we met at a sports competition, like a swimming competition somewhere. And then in my bid to see her, I not only joined, but I became the technical director of my school play, which is like a big responsibility and all, huh?
Okay.
Because that takes you above and beyond, because you're like, okay, in order to meet with this person, I'm going to do this crazy thing, which I didn't realize I had in me. But then you fake it till you make it, because you have that drive, basically.
It's like, it gives focus to your endeavors. It gives you that energy and that motivation. I want to be better. I want to be the person that she, would want to be with.
Not even that. Sometimes you're just like, surely that's one thing, but that can be a little toxic also. Like, you want to be that person that she wants to be with.
Be the person that you would be so proud to present to someone that you really cared about, right? Like
or,
be the best version of yourself that you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can be present together and share that reality together, I think that's the finest form of flirting. Because flirting is just a bit for connection, right? And that's all it is. It's one of the instruments to make a connection. There's many others as well, So this would be it. Just being, just having that childlike innocence and like bringing that out in someone.
Beautiful. So flirting is just one of the ways that you can bid for connection. Are there other bids that you utilize?
I don't think I have a toolkit that I utilize.
It's not a conscious thing, no, for sure.
Yeah.
What's the sexiest quality in a woman? Like when you meet her, when you first encounter that instantly draws you to her?
I'm very cautious of instant draws.
Anything, okay.
Instant draws.
Instant anything.
Instant draws are like the worst thing ever.
It's like, what is this triggering? What unhealed part of me is coming up here?
Clearly, like I've mentioned humor, joke a few times. If they're not taking themselves so seriously, then whatever happens in life, it's okay. Ho jayega.
It indicates a capacity to let go of your ego from time to time.
Absolutely, yeah.
You spent time in boarding school. Was it a co-ed school?
No, all boys. Yeah.
I'm interested to know how that experience during what is a generally formative phase influenced your ability and your desire to just speak to women.
Okay, so I think being in a boarding school is one of the reasons it made me a hopeless romantic, because our gestures were really grand. Writing letters, posting them to someone,
old school,
waiting for weeks to get that reply. Sometimes joining the school play because it's going on an India tour, so you can meet your crush who is 1,200 kilometers away. And then in my bid to see her, I not only joined, but I became the technical director of my school play. But then you fake it till you make it, because you have that drive, basically.
It's like it gives focus to your endeavors. It gives you that energy and that motivation. I want to be better. I want to be the person that she, would want to be with.
Not even that. Sometimes you're just like, surely that's one thing, but that can be a little toxic also. Like you want to be that person that she wants to be with.
Be the person that you would be so proud to present to someone that you really cared about, right? Like be the best version of yourself that you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I moved to Berlin, it was in 2015. And this is when the Syrian refugee crisis was at its peak. So it was really, really emotional and touching for me to first time see people who were professors, industrialists, everything back in their homes, had to leave everything with a single suitcase, just like escape the country and come here and build a life from scratch. That sort of like planted a seed in my mind that, something bad can happen. It may be around the corner. You want to be with a person with who you can build your life. If your life is really successful, you enjoy the most. But if everything is taken away, you have each other to build that life again. You are each other's support system. Now, to throw in a little Bollywood reference, I don't know if you've seen this film, Airlift. Nimrat Kaur, Akshay Kumar, living the peak life in Qatar or whatever. Then shit hits the fan. And then you realize that they may have all that money, all that whatever. But when they have nothing, what they still have is their character and how they choose to use that to alleviate the pain of others and just like take on a mission together that is greater than just them. Maybe that's the opus that I'm trying to find, which is why I'm in no rush to like just settle with anyone.
I have a game now.
All right, I love games.
Let's do it.
Except the ones
I gotcha. Okay, she's a 10, but she insists you pay on the first date.
Depends on what that insistence is coming from.
Just a number.
Okay, 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a 10, but she is not very fond of traveling.
Should I give some reasons also? No.
Just rapid.
I'd like to. No? Okay.
No. She's a 10, but she has tattoos.
10, indifferent.
She's a 10, but her best friend is a guy.
10, yeah.
Indifferent.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's a 10, but she wants attention from you all the time. Super clingy.
11.
Love it. Yeah, one fellow anxious to another is like, this is amazing.
That's what we live for, yeah.
She's a 10, but she makes you watch her reality shows when your team is playing.
Okay. Lucky for her, I don't have a team.
Okay.
Michael Phelps retired a long time ago.
Who?
Michael Phelps retired a long time ago.
He's your team.
And that's the only sport I used to watch.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Depends on the reality show. It could be a 0. I mean, if it's like Big Boss, for example. Definitely 0 for me. But, man, like, watching trash TV together is the highest form of bonding you can have also.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah. So like watching Desi Bling or
Love Island.
Oh my God. That stuff is like real drama. And like, because if you're mocking it together rather than the other thing, it's pretty nice. It's a bonding exercise.
She's a 10, but she doesn't really care to take care of her health that much.
She won't be a 10 for very long then. Yeah.
Wohi beauty and care wali baat hai.
Beauty and care and like, I think taking care of yourself, for example, physical fitness affects your mental clarity of thought also. And that would obviously cascade into how you are in a relationship and so on. Yeah. How affected are you by cinema and how it twisted your perception of love and relationships?
Disney movies were really important to me when I was little, especially like Little Mermaid,
Simba and Nala.
Yeah.
So cute.
Hercules. So like, no, but there's very, very deep lessons. I mean, all of these are Brothers Grimm stories, right? Like these are very ancient folk tales that got turned into Disney movies. But, I learned a lot, in some ways good and also bad, about, the Prince Charming coming to save you versus you coming to save yourself, and how many times the princess was not in an empowered position. But then later on, the movies did, empower the women more.
Yeah.
So definitely those.
So do you believe in Prince Charming then?
No. I love celebrating the regalness in everybody. Like, I think everyone is a Prince Charming, for someone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I loved our conversation.
Same here, You made me feel really comfortable. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching another episode of Love Handle. If you enjoyed this video, do be sure to hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and leave in the comment section below what more questions you'd like us to ask Vishesh in the next one. We'll see you later. See ya.